So I can tell you, if I heard the term WrestleMania caliber match one more time, I was literally going to cry and punch Tom Phillips in the face. But 3 amazing matches to determine who will move on to the triple threat match next week to verse Drew at TLC. Lana had some interesting bouts with Lana and in a tag team, and Alexa Bliss is just killing the game in this role with The Fiend. We are reviewing Raw. It's Kimmy's Top 5, and we're starting right now. Are you waiting for when I talk about Asuka? Jump in.
Asuka, you suck!
Again, I didn't click a button.
I'm practicing.
Okay. My Twitter. Who's this person that's liking all my tweets?
Mike Tyson really trying to get back in the ring.
I saw that.
That's going to be interesting.
I'll start with our sole survivor, Lana, who was just so excited that she was the sole survivor. She challenges Asuka to a women's championship match, and it gets a little interesting here because Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax come out, and they literally ruin the match. This then puts into an interesting scenario where it's Asuka and Lana versus the women's tag team champions of Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax, and Asuka and Lana get the
Asuka,
win.
you suck!
My roommates aren't the biggest fan of Asuka, but it's okay because they get the win here, and I'm so excited. Thank you. Anyway. Anyway, back to your regularly scheduled programming. Asuka and Lana get the win here, and I'm really excited for this because it looks like that they're going to put the women's tag team titles on Asuka and Lana. Now, we kind of saw this last year where, you know, Becky and Charlotte, or 2 years ago rather, where they challenged Kairi and Asuka for the women's tag team title match. And I'm really interested to see where they're going to go with this. I think that you should put this title on Lana and then have Lana turn on Asuka to then set up that women's championship match if we're going to go in that route. But this was a very interesting take, and I'm super excited. So good job, WWE, despite what everyone in this room says about Asuka sucking. We then move on to Alexa Bliss and The Fiend. Now, this is actually so crazy because this is actually Alexa Bliss's first match in September. Well, first match since September 25th. That's nearly 2 months ago, almost to the day. And she is killing this role. We see her in the Firefly Funhouse talking about friendship, killing a frog. And this match was great, you know. She kept on laughing and smiling, pulling the Roman Reigns that you saw at WrestleMania 31 when he went against Brock. And the match ends with her crying. She's like, I'm so sorry, you're right, Nikki, you're right, Nikki. And then she hits a version of the Sister Abigail, and Alexa gets the win.
Asuka still sucks.
Very much.
We're talking about a completely different match, people. Anyway. I know. Anyway. So, I'm very interested to see where they're going to go with this as well, because I think Alexa should definitely maybe go after the Women's Championship after you do the whole Lana thing, depending on what you're doing with that. And I'm excited to see if Nikki's really going to change, you know, because as we talked about previously, everyone The Fiend touches, they change. It's the same thing for Alexa. Is everyone that Alexa touches, they change too? You never know. And then going into what has been called WrestleMania caliber matches for the past 3 hours. Oh my god. So basically Raw starts and, you know, Team Raw's in there and they're like, yes, we won. Clean sweep. Hallelujah. And Adam Pearce is like, alright. So I'm going to declare one of you the number one contender. Like, everyone give me a case of why you deserve it. And then Braun was mad that he was announced last and basically attacked Pearce.
Braun? Asuka still sucks.
Braun might get fired.
Well, that's a shame for him. Asuka.
What?
That's a shame for him. Now, can they do that with Asuka?
No, Asuka has the title. They can't fire Asuka.
Remember if she loses the title, then she can't get fired.
You do realize that your favorite Becky, like Becky gave the title to Asuka when she announced that she was going to be a mother.
Well, Becky shouldn't have done that.
Well, Asuka won a match to kind of get that opportunity, but like, yeah.
Becky should.
Then we could go back in time to like May to pick a new Money in the Bank winner.
Okay.
Okay.
It's either that or Oscar just needs to change her costume. Because she just looks like the Exorcist.
Yes, I know. You've said this time and week after week that she looks like the Exorcist. I
She
get it.
needs some English classes too.
She's spoken. Okay, I need to show when we get back. I need to show you her first promo, and then you could be like, "Wow, she really knew nothing," and like now she's great.
I still have a problem with the Exorcist look.
You've had a problem since she was feuding with Becky.
I've had a problem since the first time I saw her on screen.
That was a year ago.
Still, the first time I saw her on screen, she looked like the Exorcist. She still does.
I can't help you. I can't contact her to change that.
Well, then she should get fired.
I don't think that's how it works. Anyway, so Braun attacks Adam Pearce. Adam Pearson has a huge bump on his head, so good job, Braun. So now Adam Pearce announces 3 singles matches to then qualify next week for a triple threat match to determine the number 1 contender. And Bobby Lashley and Randy Orton somehow got added this because they were like, like we deserve title matches too. And Bobby Lashley, I 100% understand. But Randy lost, was not even on the pay-per-view Sunday night. Why did he deserve one? Because he lost his title? What happened to no automatic rematch clauses WWE? At Shane McMahon. I remember that from 3 years ago. So the first match was Riddle versus Sheamus. And this was a really good match. I'm shocked that Riddle got the win because we've kind of been hinting that Sheamus was going to be that next opponent for Drew. So that was kind of shocking. I guess we're saving that for the Rumble or something. But this was a really good showing by Riddle. He had a really good showing at the Survivor Series match too. So this was really interesting to see. And then we have, for the first time ever, Keith Lee versus Bobby Lashley. And MVP is so freaking stupid because he caused him the match. Like, he just started attacking Keith Lee and he got DQ'd. Which also, I saw this statistic also on Twitter. So every match that Keith has had on the main roster has either ended in a DQ or a no finish. He's only had like 1 or 2 like clean finishes on Raw. So good job, guys. We love the writing. We love the writing on the wall. So Keith Lee's also in there, and then our main event, which was Randy and AJ. And I hate that they call this a WrestleMania caliber match because we saw this. And I'm also 95% sure we saw this on the Raw after WrestleMania for WrestleMania 35. And TBH, they've had better matches. But the Fiend kept on interrupting this match, so I'm kind of excited because that means Randy versus the Fiend. And they were also hinting about this too in the Firefly Funhouse segment because Bray was talking about friendships, and they were like, some friends just burned some stuff down. Meaning like when Randy burned down the house on the build to WrestleMania 33. So they actually caught Bray like jumping over the guardrail. Like, good job, cameraman. Another person that should get fired. So they had him pop up, and then like he distracted Randy twice, and then AJ's now before him, he wins, and then Raw ended like the laughter. So we're looking at AJ versus Keith Lee versus Riddle next week. I'm really hoping that AJ gets the win. I feel like now in this role he's looked really strong the past couple weeks, and I feel like he's the next viable contender for Drew. Especially because AJ was that first contender for Rollins, and I feel like, since Rollins put Drew over, it's AJ's time, and then, we move on to Sheamus. But yeah, if Riddle wins, I'm going to be very angry. He's a person that should get fired, but, we're not going to talk about it. But I also wouldn't be mad if Keith Lee wins either. I feel like he deserves it too. I feel like he needs to be put in that big match caliber since, he's been kind of slacking on Raw lately. And yeah, that is my Raw review. Sorry for all the interruptions about Asuka getting fired. There's just some people in the store that just don't.
Asuka really sucks.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
What would I do without you? But, like I said in my last video, this is my last video in my dorm. I'm moving out tomorrow and I'm going back home. So that means a lot of exciting stuff, including tomorrow, later today. I also have 2 pro wrestling tea crates sitting in my room. So we'll be unveiling that. And so much more. So thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure to like it, comment what your thoughts on Raw were. Click that notification bar and make sure to subscribe. Why are you looking at me? Thanks for tuning in. Bye, guys. My roommate is staring into my